It builds walls, it guards its home, and it uses the bones of its enemies to do it. Beneath the shallow waters of the Indo-Pacific, a small octopus drags seashells, coral, and even coconut halves across the seafloor, not to eat them, but to build a fortress. Scientists call it the veined octopus, but locals have another name, the coconut octopus. And what it does down there has completely rewritten what we thought animals were capable of. This isn't a monster of the deep or a creature of legend. It's a palm-sized octopus with a brain no larger than a walnut. Yet somehow it's performing a behavior once thought unique to humans. It's constructing armor. It's planning ahead. It's using tools. And that changes everything we know about ocean intelligence. Picture this. A soft-bodied animal gliding along the sandy bottom, 8 arms rippling like silk. Suddenly it stops, spots 2 empty coconut shells left by passing humans, and begins to work. One by one, it stacks the shells together, fits them perfectly, and slides inside. In a blink, it disappears, a living creature hiding inside its own portable bunker. For years, marine biologists assumed octopuses simply used what they found for shelter. But underwater cameras told a different story. These octopuses were carrying shells over long distances, carefully selecting ones that fit together, a deliberate act of construction. That makes the veined octopus one of the only invertebrates ever observed using tools. Unlike coral reefs or burrows, these fortresses aren't fixed homes. The octopus doesn't build one and stay there. Instead, it collects materials across the ocean floor, like a traveling architect, and assembles them wherever it rests. It spreads its arms wide, scoops sand aside, and arranges its shells in a circular wall. Then, with one swift motion, it pulls them shut above its head, a perfect dome of protection. It even lines the edges with bits of debris to strengthen the barrier. Scientists have seen individuals using up to 6 shells at once, layered like medieval armor plates. It's careful, methodical, intentional. When danger passes, it folds the fortress up, tucks it beneath its body, and scuttles away, home and all. Octopuses already rank among the smartest animals on Earth. They solve puzzles, open jars, and even recognize human faces in aquariums. But this is different. Tool use requires planning, imagining a future problem and preparing for it. That means foresight, memory, and something we might even call strategy. Inside the octopus's head, neurons aren't just clustered in the brain. 2/3 are distributed through its arms, allowing each limb to move semi-independently. It's like having 8 mini brains, all cooperating at once. When it builds, you can almost see those neurons working in harmony, selecting, sorting, measuring, testing. And here's the most extraordinary part. It learns from experience. Young octopuses observe older ones, imitate their movements, and get faster each time. It's not instinct, it's intelligence. The fortress isn't only for defense, it's also a clever weapon of misdirection. Predators like moray eels, lionfish, and sharks rely on movement. By tucking itself into a shell dome, the octopus vanishes from view, and even if discovered, the hard surface blocks a quick attack. When it senses the danger has passed, it bursts out in a cloud of sand, flips the shells shut behind it, and disappears into the darkness. Some researchers believe the octopus also uses its fortress during hunts, creeping close to small crabs and shrimp, then exploding from cover in a lightning strike. It's patient, silent, and efficient, the marks of a thinking hunter. In 2009, biologists Julian Finn and Mark Norman from the Museum Victoria in Australia were studying marine life in northern Indonesia. They were filming a group of octopuses when they saw something that made them stop mid-dive. One individual was balancing half a coconut shell beneath its body, not using it, carrying it. Then another, and another. Each octopus was hauling shells across open sand, walking upright on 2 arms while keeping the shells clutched under the rest. It looked absurd. Like tiny aliens walking on stilts, each carrying luggage. Finn later said, "It was the first time I'd seen an invertebrate deliberately collect and carry something just to use later." That single discovery proved that octopuses are capable of planning for the future, a mental leap once reserved for birds, primates, and humans. Here's where things get mysterious. The veined octopus isn't born knowing what a coconut is. These are modern materials introduced by humans, yet the animal instantly recognizes their usefulness. That means it's not just following instinct, it's recognizing patterns, shapes, and possibilities. When two halves of a coconut fit together, it learns the connection. It tests how to close the gap, how to hide inside, and how to carry it without breaking. This adaptability shows a kind of flexible, intelligent scientists call problem-solving cognition. The ability to learn and apply knowledge to new situations. The same mental skill humans use to build shelters, create tools and plan strategies. There's another layer here, one that makes this creature even more fascinating. Octopuses are emotional animals. They experience curiosity, frustration, even playfulness. Divers have seen them rearranging rocks, stacking shells just for the sake of it, or squirting jets of water at objects like a mischievous child. When scientists realized how deliberate this behavior was, it really forced a rethink of evolution's timeline for intelligence. For centuries, we assumed tool use evolved only in land animals with complex brains, but the octopus's lineage split from ours hundreds of millions of years ago, long before dinosaurs walked the earth. That means intelligence didn't evolve just once, it evolved twice, on land and in the sea. The veined octopus stands as proof that nature can invent the same solution in completely different ways. Where humans build houses of brick, this creature builds fortresses of shell. Here's the paradox. Despite all this brilliance, the coconut octopus lives only about 1 to 2 years. After mating, the female guards her eggs fiercely, refusing to eat until they hatch, and then, like many octopus species, she dies shortly after. For a creature capable of such strategy and design, that short lifespan feels almost tragic. And yet, maybe that's what makes its behavior so powerful. In the little time it has, it leaves behind proof that even brief lives can create extraordinary stories. The fortress of the veined octopus isn't just protection, it's a message. It tells us that intelligence isn't measured by size or lifespan, it's measured by creativity, adaptability, and the will to survive. This creature doesn't need blueprints or technology. It doesn't need metal, fire, or tools forged by hands. It simply looks at the world around it and uses what it has, perfectly. Maybe that's what real intelligence looks like, not dominance, but harmony. Because sometimes the greatest architects aren't the ones who build skyscrapers, they're the ones quietly stacking shells beneath the sea. In the silent world beneath the waves, one small octopus became nature's architect, proving that genius doesn't always walk on 2 legs. Sometimes it swims, and maybe that's the lesson we've been missing all along. That brilliance isn't always loud, and evolution isn't always about who conquers the most space. Sometimes, it's about who adapts with the most grace. The veined octopus doesn't build empires, it builds balance. It shows us that survival isn't just a fight, it's an art. Every shell it stacks is a reminder that wisdom lives in the quiet corners of the world, not only in the cities we raise or the machines we design. So the next time we look to the stars for signs of intelligence, maybe we should also look down into the blue silence where a small, clever creature builds its world one shell at a time. Because sometimes nature's greatest mind isn't out there, it's right here, beneath the waves.